நிசான் ஒன்றல்ல இரண்டல்ல 3 புதிய ப்ராடக்ட்ஸை இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அதுவும் காஸ்காய் என்ற ஒரு புது ப்ராடக்ட் வந்து நம் கண்களை விரிய வைக்கின்றது. ஏன்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா அதில் இருக்கக்கூடிய தொழில்நுட்பம், புதிய டெக்னாலஜி. இது வந்து ஐசி இன்ஜின் கொண்ட காரும் கிடையாது, முழுக்க முழுக்க எலக்ட்ரிக் காரும் கிடையாது. இட்ஸ் பெஸ்ட் ஆஃப் போத் தி வேர்ல்ட்ஸ். அதை பற்றி தான் இப்போ நம்ம ரவி கிட்ட கேட்டு தெரிஞ்சுக்க போகிறோம். ரவி இஸ் வித் நிசான் ஃபார் வெரி லாங் டைம். இந்த காரை வடிவமைத்ததில், இந்த காரை உருவாக்கியதில் அவருக்கு ஒரு பெரிய பங்கு இருக்குது. வணக்கம் சார்.
Thank you. Thanks
sir,
for
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. You have made a hat trick today. We came here with the expectation of one car, but what you have given is 3 different cars. We are very happy. Just could you please explain what is the highlight of Qashqai? I think from the presentation, what I comprehend is it is best of both the worlds. It's not an IC car, it's not electric car, it's both IC and as well as the electric car. So you are making the customer is going to get the best of both the worlds, and how you have achieved it.
First of all, thank you so much from the Vikatan group for this question. What the technology that we've showcased here today is featured on Qashqai is the best of both worlds, of course, when it comes to the electrification and as well as in terms of the design. So first on the electrification, Qashqai has a technology which we call as e-power. So e-power gives you a thrill of an EV driving experience. So the drive experience is always like an electric. However, the electric vehicle consumers typically has got a range anxiety feeling that they need to charge the vehicle. Well, there is an onboard ICE engine that continuously charges the battery, and the battery powers the electric motor, which in turn powers the wheels. So you never need to plug the vehicle, so it's an unplugged drive, and the drive is always linear and very responsive, while it's quiet and fuel economy. So from a host of features from a technology perspective, the powertrain that's on Qashqai gives an uncompromised range to the customers, and that is very, very close to an EV.
And one doubt that comes to my mind is, when you gave the presentation, you said it will sound and it will drive like an electric car, meaning I presume that it will not make any noise like an IC engine. So even though it is going to be run on an IC engine, not exactly on the IC engine, of course, as you said, it's going to power the battery, and power in turn is going to run the car. But anyhow, the IC engine is going to run, meaning there will be a sound. And how you said, there will be no sound.
So I said the powertrain is very quiet. I did not say that there would not be any sound. So it depends upon the drive modes. So when you are driving from a start to cruising speeds, when the battery kicks in, when the drive is only through the battery power, of course the vehicle is absolutely silent. But when it comes a scenario where you have both the ICE engine and the battery driving, of course you would have sound, but at a quieter feel level, not to a level of an ICE engine, but definitely a very quiet drive experience for the people who are sitting inside. That's most important. So it depends upon the driving scene, whether the power is coming from the battery or whether the power is coming both from the ICE engine and battery, especially in the scenes where you have the need for high thrust or high feel of an EV.
So can you just explain me in this fashion? You see, there are 4 scenarios. First, when I start the engine, which comes in? Is it the IC engine or is it the battery?
So as I said, the wheels are always driven by an e-motor, right? So the battery is the one which actually drives the vehicle. Wheels through an e-motor, of course converted through an inverter, right? AC to DC kind of a conversion. But during the time where the battery needs a charge, where the battery is getting depleted, the ICE engine on board drives the electric motor and also parallelly charges the battery. That's a charging mode for the battery, right? That is when you need power from both the systems. However, because there is no power in the battery, ICE engine charges the battery and also drives the wheels. Then there is a driving scene where you need that instant acceleration push, where both the ICE engine and also the battery comes into picture, but the power that's going onto the wheels is through electric motor. So despite both working together, you still have an EV feel because an electric motor is driving both. So different driving scenes call for different power sources, right? But we also have what we call as regeneration when you decelerate. So that's a beauty which is normally in other hybrids as well. So e-power, I would not call it as a normal hybrid. It's a drive which is very close to an electric vehicle. And that's more important from a price value equation to the customer. An uncompromised drive feeling for the customer with no range anxiety feeling. That's where e-power pitches.
Yeah, range. The people need not worry about two things. They need not worry about the range. The second thing, they need not charge the car.
Yeah.
So that
absolutely, it's
what we call charge the car.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We call it as an unplugged drive. So you don't need to worry about always plugging in, and you don't need to think about whether it's going to be too expensive on my pocket. You can drive distances without even need to worry about it. But as I say always, and I've said before as well, the EV feel that you get, the kick or the drive feel is amazing in an e-power.
So in what sense it will get translated into the mileage?
It depends upon the vehicle to vehicle and the test drive situations. Even for a normal ICE, the fuel economy is very much dependent on the drive conditions. So today I'll not be able to give you a figure, but definitely it's an obvious reason why the technology is there. It's better than an ICE.
Technology-wise, there is A is an IC engine and B is Qashqai type of engine.
E-power. It's
e-power.
Above the normal hybrids.
E-power, yes, e-power. Which one will give better mileage?
Of course, the e-power. E-power gives a better mileage, peace of mind for the customer in terms of, as I said, drive response, or it could be in terms of the in-cabin experience, the quietness that you mentioned. But of course, fuel economy and pocket-friendly nature of the powertrain is definitely the resultant of the e-power.
Okay. I'll just put the question in another way, just to reiterate the point. Is there any point of time where or when the IC engine doesn't work when driving?
When
start.
So IC engine is off during the start and during the very low speeds where the power is actually driven from the battery. So at that point in time, IC engine is completely off.
Not off.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when there is a need for the battery to charge, of course, IC engine kicks in to charge the battery.
Okay.
And IC engine parallelly also runs the wheels through an e-motor. Right? So that's the drive scene.
xtrail is the favorite of your customers. It's always loved. Even we know people who have xtrail for very long years. They are happy customers. Now you have made all changes and you have given a new name to it. The all new xtrail. And how this all new xtrail, varies from the existing xtrail.
So as I think you have seen in the present product presentations today, where you have two different motors that are put on two different axles, and the customer will never have an issue of not having the traction in different drive conditions. So this is a futuristic all-wheel drive technology from Nissan, where we have pioneered in different vehicles. We have globally, Nissan has also partnered with JAXA, the Japan Space Exploration Agency, for such kind of technology implementation. So apart from the e-force technology that xtrail brings, and it also packs the power with e-power that I have discussed and I've explained to you on Qashqai. So it's an amalgamation of the electrified powertrain and the best possible traction technology through e-force. So that's the power, and what you actually get is a very engaging drive experience. And more importantly, this is towards the sustainable mobility, where your carbon footprint is less. That's the need of the hour. We need to be careful, we need to be conscious towards the environment.
இன்னைக்கு நிசான் ஹேட்ரிக் அடிச்சாங்கன்னு சொன்னேன் இல்லையா, ஒரே பால்ல 3 ரன் எடுத்திருக்காங்க. இந்த 3 ரன்ன்றது 30 ரன்னுக்கு சமம், 300 ரன்னுக்கு சமம். ஏன்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா எல்லாமே புதிய டெக்னாலஜி, புதிய தொழில்நுட்பங்கள். இன்று இவங்க அறிமுகப்படுத்தியிருக்கின்ற 3வது கார் வந்து ஜூக். please tell me about what is new about Juke, because Juke is totally new to India. But you tell me what to expect from Juke and in which segment it falls.
As I said in my part of the presentation before, globally, Juke has been known for its polarizing design. It's none of the kind, and it's a pure balance between emotional and a rational choice. And for me personally, it's a fantabulous choice for customers who actually lead the pack and who always want to be in the forefront. So there are three key fundamental pillars of Juke. First, as I said, on the design, it's absolutely a stunner. Two is in terms of the powertrains that it offers. Juke comes with an advanced hybrid technology engine where you have an e-motor and a multimodal gearbox. As I said, as a part of our Nissan electrification strategy, Juke, the technology it brings onto the table, has got 2 EV driven gears and 4 ICE engine driven gears. So at the initial speeds and takeoff, you always get that EV mode feel because you have a battery on board and you don't need to compromise on the drive experience and as well as the fuel economy. And Juke traditionally has been known for its agile handling. It's basically a fun to drive car. As I said, the hybrid technology is coming from the Formula E. Right? So the best of the motorsport world comes into Juke. And the third part of the Juke, apart from the technology of the powertrain, is the host of interior modernity. Whether it could be in terms of the display screens or it could be in terms of the connected features, Juke comes with very convenient features to make the life easy. Plus, Juke also offers a ProPilot system and host of safety technologies which make the customer feel always confident. You literally have a 2 pair of eyes on the road, someone who's protecting for you. So that's the level of active safety we are also bringing onto the Juke. So with design, performance and technology for convenience and safety, we believe Juke will continue to do well globally, and let's hope.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
so
very
much.
much.